Russia-Ukraine war crisis impact on maritime carriage. This winter, the focus of the world trade started to be shifting from the coronavirus to a war threat in Black Sea region. Therefore, according to international authorities, in the light of the actual development, a war between Russia and Ukraine is an imminent threat in Black Sea region. That is why, with this bulletin, we would like to warn the interested maritime carriage parties on the possible precaution to be taken for preventing the negative impact of the possible war. Accordingly, such precaution will be examined under three main paragraphs starting with the situation of the strait, followed by the important issues to be taken into consideration in the contract of international sale and carriage, and ended by the important point to pay attention in the contract of insurance, especially those of the good. Situation of the strait. As the main cause of this tension lies in the Russian internal desire to descend into warm seas, the situation of the Strait Passage should firstly explain. The legal status of the strait are regulated under the Convention of Montreux signed on 1936. According to the second article of the Convention, in time of peace, merchant vessels shall enjoy complete freedom of transit and navigation in the strait by day and by night under any flag and any with any kind of cargo without any formalities, except some sanitary control. The strait regime during the time of war is regulated under Articles 4 and 5 of the Convention in accordance with Turkey being belligerent or not. Accordingly, Article 4 stipulates, in time of war, Turkey, not being belligerent, merchant vessel, under any flag or with any kind of cargo, shall enjoy freedom of transit and navigation in the strait subject to the provision of Articles 2 and 3. When it comes to Article 5, in time of war, Turkey being belligerent, merchant vessel not belonging to a country at war with Turkey shall enjoy freedom of transit and navigation in the strait on condition that they do not in any way assist the enemy. Such vessels shall enter the strait by day and their transit shall be effected by the road which shall in each case be indicated by Turkish authorities. Therefore, in case of a declaration of war between Russia and Ukraine, Turkey's position and the Strait Passage regime will be determined in accordance with the position of NATO. More concretely, in case of the declaration of war by Russia against Ukraine, NATO will declare that such declaration will be a declaration of war against a NATO member state, that Turkey will also be assumed as belligerent, and Russia flag vessel would not enjoy freedom of transit and navigation in the strait. Last but not least, war risk could not impact Strait Passage regime as long as Turkey isn't threatened with imminent danger of war. In such case of imminent danger of war, free transit and navigation regime in the strait would continue except that vessels must enter the strait by day and that their transit must be effected by the road which shall, in each case, be indicated by the Turkish authorities. Contract of international sale and carriage. During the conclusion of the contract of international sale of goods, the parties should firstly always bear in mind that even though there is not any declaration of war, the region may be declared as war risk zone and may be subjected to some shipping problem. Therefore, the crucial attention should be paid on the mode of the delivery of the good. More concretely, during the conclusion of the contract of the international sale of the good, the parties should bear in mind that in FOB delivery term, all the risk passes to the buyer once the goods are delivered to the port of the vessel. Therefore, in such case, if the delivery place is one of the Ukrainian port, the war risk should be beared by the buyer. The problem gets more complicated when it comes to CFR or CIF delivery term, as this delivery term only regulates the freight and insurance costs. In other words, only difference between CFR, CIF, and FOB term lies on the cost of freight and insurance, including the risk of loading. That is why, whether it's FOB or CFR or CIF, the war risk will always be beared by the buyer as the risk. Once the goods are delivered in FOB or loaded in CFR and CIF will pass to him. So, once delivered or loaded, if the vessel will be stuck to an Ukrainian port or to be damaged or lost due to the war, the risk should be beared by the buyer. Regarding to avoid such responsibility for the buyers, parties may agree on DAP, delivery at place, delivery method so-called also door-to-door. Another issue that needs the attention of the parties is the force majeure clause stipulated in the contract of international sale and also in the contract of carriage as well. The parties should pay important attention on such force majeure clause as if it includes the war and war risk as force majeure situation and what are the rights given by the clause to the parties. Last but not least, the war clause incorporated in the contract of carriage, more concretely in the charter party also should to be read carefully. The model war clauses most of the time give right of deviation to the carriers after obtaining the instruction of the charterers. In such cases, special attention should be given to the limited notification timeline. In other words, in such cases, charterers should pay special attention to not miss the notification timeline. Contract of insurance. The contract of insurance may aim to insure the risk. In such case of war risk, the contract of insurance insuring the goods subjected to sale and carriage should be explained along with the P&I hull and machinery insurance for the vessel. Accordingly, the related parties for the goods should pay at first attention if the contract of insurance cover the war zone. More concretely, it should be emphasized here that Lloyd's Market Association (LMA), which is the association of underwriters determining the coverage of the insurance contract, declared with a joint circular on 15 February 2022 that the Ukrainian and Russian waters in the Black Sea and the Sea of Azov are added to the whole war, piracy, terrorism, and related peril areas. That is why the related parties, especially the ship owners and carriers, should read carefully the contract of insurance with a specific attention on its coverage zone. Furthermore, the contract of carriage may, by including the war and war risk zone, but exclude the loss and damage occurred due to the war and war risk arisen after the declaration of war or war risk. This possibility also should be bear in mind by the related parties, and the contract of insurance should also be examined by taking into consideration such possibility as well. Thank you.